At any rate, let me go into a praise break moment, and then I'll take us into the push for this week. Praise break moment. There was a video that was released by Viola Davis, and it was captioned in a way to say, you caption it, meaning that you give your interpretation to it. And I feel like it's such a great praise break for today. If you could find it, we're going to show you that video. At any rate, the video is of a small pond where on the shore of the beach, where a fish has washed up into this small pond in the sand. Well, you got the small pond, and then you got this great big ocean that's right there, but the fish is cut off by the surrounding sand. So there's a gap between where the pond is and where the ocean is. And I felt like there's such a praise when we think about our lives, and many of us who had to break out of things that had us contained. You know, when you're stuck and you feel like you're stuck in a place where you're going around in circles and there is no way out. How many of us can give praise to God that you didn't die in a small pond? Oh, I'm grateful. There are places that I found myself in that I could have died in a small pond, but God, in his majestic abilities that he's given to his people, gave me the ability to get myself out of the small pond and get into the larger territory that God was given to me. And I'm so grateful that God still allows us the strength that we need to break out of the situations that had us bound and go into a larger territory. So in the image, the fish, it must be instinctual that he can't just stay there. This thing is eventually going to dry up. So what does he do? He breaks out of the small pond and he scatters along the sand. And before you know it, he's back in the ocean. And that's my shout, because won't God do it every time? Is there anybody that's a witness that you cannot be boxed in? You cannot be contained. God's glory through who he has made you to be is bound to break out. And I dare somebody for this praise break to break out into some praise if you know that God has blessed you with new territory. I'm talking places that are bigger than you could ever imagine, things that you never thought you'd be able to do, places you thought you'd never be able to go. He enlarged your territory. You didn't die in a small pond, and that is praiseworthy. That's my praise break. Pray that was for somebody.